Welcome to 2K Sports Annual Noche NBA presentation. We're excited to bring you this celebratory fusion of basketball and Latin culture. Brian Anderson here, joined by our analysts, Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, plus reporting from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. And here's a look at some numbers for Najee Marshall.
And he's been outstanding offensively as of late. These last 5 games, he's been a beast at the offensive end. A different level scorer than he had been earlier in the season. Let's see if he can keep it up.
A look at the 76ers starting group. We've got Maxey, Kelly Oubre out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Paul George, and it's Grimes in at the 2 guard. And for the Mavericks, P.J. Washington out there with Najee Marshall. Then it's Williams, then it's Thompson, and it's Christie in at the shooting guard position. For a handful of teams at this point of the year, Doris, the future is now as they fall out of the playoff race.
But, Brian, there is a dilemma to be worked out in these cases, and here's what I mean by that. Your team is now out of contention, but veterans, generally speaking, don't believe that, and they want to be competitive and win basketball games. In the meantime, the organization, from a broad perspective, is thinking, we've got to start to play the young guys so that they can gain some much-needed experience in big games. Tough situation.
Now here's Washington. Christie passes to Marshall. Thompson with it. Just 5 on the clock. Williams from long range. Doesn't go that time. And Maxey's got the ball here for the 76ers. It's a 3-point game. Banked it in off the glass. Maxey's got 5.
Sometimes the D likes to get physical with Maxey, but he has no back down in him.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, Jason Kidd and I were able to chat. Talking about Tyrese Maxey, he voiced how crucial it is to make sure that his defense doesn't allow him any breathing room. He told me, quote, Maxey can get hot in a hurry, so we can't afford to give him open looks. And with his speed, we definitely want to limit his opportunities in the open court. We'll see if the defense can slow his pace, guys.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. So it's the Mavericks now. The Sixers getting their last shot to go. Williams passes to Washington. Looking to end the run. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist by Thompson.
Now, even with that shoot-first mindset, Klay Thompson willing and able to make a great pass.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Here's Grimes. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. Drummond with the screen. Mavericks with the rebound.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Here's Marshall. He's covered by Oubre. Pass to Christie. Here's Marshall. Outside, Williams. Over Maxey. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it. It's good. He's got 5. And Maxey's got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia.
And that night, they did a great job of executing their plays and creating mismatches.
Well, it was certainly a game that their analytics people had to love breaking down. I thought they exposed every weakness in the defense.
George's shot is off. The Mavericks have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Here's Christie. Really struggled in the loss against Houston. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good. Pass to George. This one for 3. The shot no good. Dallas has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Christie passes to Thompson. Now here's Williams. Shot from the wing. Paul George pulls down the board.
You can't ask for a cleaner look than that. He just couldn't deliver.
Well, Grant, you often hear about how smooth Paul George's game is.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Young players could learn a lot by watching his footwork. His timing, his ability to find the space he needs, it's just tremendous.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. A big group substitution here for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Washington. Edwards comes in for Thompson. Exum's checked in for Christie. And Spencer Dinwiddie is subbed in for Williams. Here's Powell. 1:56 left in the first quarter. Marshall passes to Dinwiddie. All right, looking at the 2K leaderboard. These are the squads who bring it on defense. The blocks leaders. Fifth best, Dallas.
They're quick to help each other, and they have some tremendous athletes with a nose for the ball.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
One thing you have to love about Spencer Dinwiddie is his confidence. Here's a guy who knows he belongs, and he's proving it with his play night after night.
And both free throws good for Dinwiddie.
Spencer Dinwiddie, one of those players that seems to have improved with every passing season. And his numbers back that up. This guy just keeps getting better.
George with the bucket.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
1:25 left in the first quarter. Dinwiddie outside. Powell, a screen on Butler. Puts up a three. Dinwiddie, no good. The Sixers lead by 5. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Paul George spent some time talking about his idol. He said, the person who motivated me as a kid was Kobe Bryant. Growing up in Southern California, watching him every day, I wanted to emulate him. I attacked the game the same way he did, trying to work on every deficiency, play both ends, and be a competitor.
His impact lives on, Allie. Now here's Dinwiddie. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. Fires the three. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Boy, the long-range work from Spencer Dinwiddie over the years. This former second-round pick has increased his range.
Here's George. He's got 5. Right side Edwards. Outside Butler. The three. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Dinwiddie outside. From 9 feet out. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Sixers on top. They lead by a bucket. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And looking at what we've seen from Philadelphia, what do you guys think?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
Edwards out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's Dante Exum. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's Christie in at the three. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. All right, Doris, you look at the criteria for traveling in the NBA. You think it's called often enough?
You know, B.A., I'm not sure the answer to that. It's amazing to me the speed with which these officials have to make the calls. Sometimes you go back and watch it, what looks like a travel is not, or what's not called a travel is. This is actually a harder issue than people think.
Walker for three. Nails it from three.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Dinwiddie outside. Shot left block. The rebound by Yabusele.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And he gets the bucket.
Well, so great when your offense produces a shot that close to the rim. The rest of the work becomes easier.
Here's Oubre. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
With Kelly Oubre, you know this guy's going to be in attack mode. Contact or no, this guy's going to be aggressive.
These are his first free throws of the game. That one's off.
Kelly Oubre Jr. entered this league as a dynamic athlete, excellent in the open floor, but give this young man credit. He's worked hard to develop the perimeter game that's absolutely critical to success.
And he sinks the second. We're about a minute and a half into this second quarter. Dinwiddie outside. Pass to Edwards. Three-pointer off the mark. And it's Edwards with the ball for Philadelphia. They've got the Rockets ahead of them next in Houston. And their road tour has only begun. That'll be game 2 of 6. And here's Oubre from the arc. It's hauled in by Exum. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. And here's Edwards. He's covered by Oubre. Dinwiddie outside. The three is up. And he misses. Only 2 for 6. The Sixers leading. To the middle. Here's Oubre. The kick out to Walker. From behind the arc. On target from range. Walker's got 6 points.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
Dinwiddie outside. With the floater. And it's good on the lay-in. Dinwiddie's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, just tremendous body control by Spencer Dinwiddie, able to adjust to the defender's contact. Back
to Butler. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for Philadelphia?
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
That's good from Butler. And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And in that March stretch, some interesting things going on in the East. Taking a look at the 76ers, a really frustrating season for them. They're looking forward to the draft.
When I look at the 76ers, sometimes it looks like they just want the season to end. I mean, it's been one struggle after another all year, and they're really not appearing to have any fun out there, too.
And when that happens, the talk is already about what's going to change in the offseason. And the way things have gone, there's going to be plenty of that.
The three from Thompson. Rebounded by Butler.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Pass to Drummond. And here's Butler. Maxey on the wing. Misses in close. Mavericks trail by 5. Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
Now here's Maxey. 7 points in the game. Pass to Drummond. Ooh, poked away. Dinwiddie outside. Butler with the ball. Exum picks him up. Butler against Dinwiddie. Butler with the bucket. Butler's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
Dinwiddie outside. There's the three. Dallas, no good that time either.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
They set a pick. Here's Butler. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Well, we've seen outstanding defense this season. And here are the teams leading the way in steals. The 76ers, 4th.
This team will punish you for sloppy ball control, no question. They've got a lot of fast-handed guys just waiting to take advantage.
And he drops the first.
Yeah, they're playing a much more physical game here in the second quarter.
So for Dallas, Marshall, he's checked in for Edwards. Christie comes in for Exum. And Williams is subbed in for Dinwiddie. Oubre, he's checked in for Philadelphia. George comes in for Edwards. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
Marshall passes to Williams to stop the drought. Knocks it down from distance. Williams has got 8 points. The Sixers lead by 5. Pass to Drummond. George feels it out a bit. Ooh, pops the J after a cagey pass fake. He's got 7.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them reduce their attempts from downtown. And quite frankly, I think that's a good idea.
Now Thompson jacks up a 3. Rebound by the 76ers. Drummond's got 5 rebounds in the game.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
Count that bucket.
Now, you see Paul George stay strong and committed with the basketball, totally focused on finishing.
And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They trail by 9. We've got 13 seconds left in the second period. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's the triple. That shot is off. And that concludes the first half. Sixers ahead, up by 9. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Thanks for joining us. Through the first half, there is still some work to do for the Dallas Mavericks.
So, the shot selection. You can't heave up anything and just keep hoping to get hot. They have to make better choices.
Yeah, shooting under 35%, not going to get you back into a game. And changing it up, my favorite segment, social media posts. Flopping Freddy is asking Shaq, did you have any major beef with other players during your playing days?
That's a great question. It'd probably be quicker for Shaq to name the players he didn't have a beef with.
Yeah, I don't think we'll have time to answer this question. We'll have to look it up.
You guys are being dramatic, but there may have been a couple of players.
Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Mavericks trail by 9. And the 76ers looking at who they've got. We've got Kelly Oubre. Also, Andre Drummond out there. George out there with Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard position. The 76ers shooting the rock well at 46%. Pass to Maxey. Oubre, a screen on Williams. Maxey on the wing. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Christie.
Come to me, come to me.
Pass to Thompson. From outside the arc. Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Maxey. And it comes off the front of the rim. The Mavericks trailing. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Washington left side. Pass to Christie. Thompson outside. Williams from long range. They get it again. Marshall can't hit.
Not a terrific start here in the second half. 4 attempts, nothing to show for it.
Maxey attacking, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
While Maxey is an elite shooter, Tyrese is at his best using his speed, going downhill.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
All right, our 2K leaderboard showing the best free throw shooters since the break. Tyrese Maxey, 3rd.
Over the second half of the season, he's been locked in at the line.
Here's Marshall. No made baskets yet. Christie passes to Washington. Here's Marshall. Connects from downtown.
They can finally relax after missing their first 4 shots to start this half.
George outside. Back to Maxey. And the rebound goes to Dallas.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
Here's Christie. Checking his stats. He's scoring around 9.5 points per game.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Williams against Maxey. Launches a 3. Hits the trifecta. Maxey's got 12.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
Christie passes to Washington. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Christie's shot is off. The Sixers lead by 8. Here's Grimes. For 3, Maxey. Another miss by Maxey.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And the ball out of play. The Sixers will have it. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Klay Thompson.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
Powell, he's checked in for Dallas. Dinwiddie comes in for Williams. Here's Drummond. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And they're just taking what the defense gives them. And right now, that's the interior.
Philadelphia shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
Boy, one thing you can say about Andre Drummond, he is so steady. Statistically, it's the same story every year.
Powell outside. Pass to Christie. Here's the 3. Hits the three-pointer. Christie's got 5.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
George outside. Down low. Here's Oubre. That one drops for him.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
And here's Dinwiddie. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. It's a 10-point game. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey, Brian. Well, offensive efficiency league-wide is steadily climbing. Sixers coach Nick Nurse said a lot of it's better selection. Adding more shots at the rim and three-pointers are going to lead to more points. That's how most everyone is playing. BA?
That's right. It's a copycat league, and it's been successful, Allie.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Here's Marshall. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. 6 to shoot. Fires it from 18. And that's good for 2. 12 points for him.
Boy, Spencer Dinwiddie, it's a rare opportunity in the mid-range, but he's got the kind of touch necessary to make it.
Drummond finds Butler. George outside. Here's Drummond. Pass to Oubre. Lets it go from deep. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Dinwiddie outside. Powell outside. 35 seconds left in the third quarter of the game.
Oh, just an artful little reverse slam.
Power and style. That was sweet. Philadelphia leading by 8. And here's George. He's got 9. Here's Yabusele. Three-pointer. And the three-pointer goes.
What a slick look by Paul George. Defense expecting him to shoot, but he decides otherwise.
Butler against Dinwiddie. He takes it in over Butler. Dinwiddie, no good. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Caleb Martin. Spencer Dinwiddie is out there with Dante Exum. Then there's Edwards. And it's Powell in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Outside Walker. Fires from deep. And he jams it home with authority.
Oh my. What a display of effort.
That's his bread and butter, right? Chasing down the boards.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
Now here's Powell. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Boy, Powell is proving to be a handful inside. Does a good job utilizing his long arms to get the call.
And what's your take, guys, here on the hustle stats for Philadelphia?
Just a great job running the floor in transition. Now, he realized they were tiring out the defense early, and they took full advantage.
The other thing for this team today, they have a bunch of second chance points. They're turning misses into makes.
The first free throw is good.
Boy, Dwight Powell is such a hard-playing, athletic big man. He could fit himself into any scheme right now.
That one's no good.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Here's Walker. Shot from the low post is good.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
Now here's Powell. Dinwiddie outside. Counted from distance.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie is very capable from deep. Don't let him get hot now.
Outside Edwards. Drops in the layup for two.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Mavericks trail by 13. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. It's Martin on the wing, guarded by Edwards. Martin, the pass to Exum. Edwards for three. Gets the three ball to go. Edwards has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Now here's Walker. Lets the three fly. Edwards pulls it in. Now Dinwiddie. The three. Rebound by the 76ers. They've led by as many as 14. Outside Walker. Let's go with a three. Unable to get that one. And here's Dinwiddie. He'll bring it up for the Mavs. Trailing by 10. Exum gets the bucket.
After a poor offensive first half, some nice adjustments made by this staff, and their shooting percentage is climbing.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. And the Mavericks going with a whole new group out there. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to find out what Nick Nurse was discussing with his players. Coach cautioned his team against feeling comfortable. He said the moment we take our foot off the gas, they're back in it. Let's push through the finish line. Brian?
As always, Allie, we thank you.
Building confidence in that deep ball. 1 from distance in the first, 2 in the second.
Thompson outside. Over to the left wing. Here's Christie. Trying to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's George. And his 5th basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
Oh, my goodness. Paul George under duress of exceptional defense. No problem.
And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
Well, and on a night where he's been so smart handling the ball, that's his first big mistake.
The Sixers lead by 13. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. The kick out to Maxey. Drummond, a screen on Williams. For 3, Maxey. Second chance effort. In deep, Drummond finishes. And the 76ers lead by 15.
With that size and with that strength, it is such a problem trying to keep Andre Drummond off the offensive glass.
Pass to Washington to stop the run. And Grimes pulls it down. Philadelphia's gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the fourth. 1:49 left to play in the fourth quarter. Now here's George. Offensive rebound. The shot by Drummond, no good. The Mavericks have got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Now here's Drummond. Drummond double-teamed. George outside. Drummond with the screen. And it's Paul George with the 3.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the 76ers.
You love how they push the ball at every opportunity.
Yeah, they really dictated the pace, and it really paid off.
And with this one safely in the books, it'll mark their 23rd win of the year.
Only a 2-game series, and they win both. They have to be satisfied with this.
Man, you have to recognize what a night it was for Paul George.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
Now here's Williams. Ooh, another basket for him. He's 6 of 11 now. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the fourth. Pass to Grimes. And here's George. From deep. Mavericks with a rebound. Now here's Thompson. So no problem for Philadelphia as they get the win. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
And now we have Allie LaForce standing with the player of the game. Allie, take it away.
Paul, what a great team effort defensively. What were the points of emphasis?
You know, we do a great job of helping one another and being in gaps. And, you know, if we're going to get beat, it's going to have to be, you know, beaten by contested shots and the ball being swung. You know, so that's what we have to do. We have to sit down, guard guys, and, you know, make them play on the offensive end as a team.
Defense certainly has to be a full team effort, and it paid off tonight. Thanks, Paul.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching tonight's game. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Paul George.
We welcome you to Noche and Beyond here on 2K Sports. From the attire to the food, the players' jerseys, tonight a celebration of the Latin culture. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You take a look at Los Angeles. They've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far. And, of course, the Suns, they're much further down in the standings right now.
And right now for Phoenix, they have been one of the major surprises in the NBA this season, unfortunately for the wrong reasons.
And, you know, any fixes they've tried during the season have only compounded their problems.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Deadly backcourt pair of Booker and Beal. Nick Richards out there with Bol. And it's Durant in at the 3 slot. And for the Lakers, we've got Austin Reeves. Connect out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then there's Doncic, and it's Hayes in at the 5 down low. For those teams, Clark, still in the running for a playoff spot, how do they close out strong?
Well, they just continue to do what they've been doing. That's what good teams do. They focus on the task at hand, and then when it really counts, you know you've got the system and the talent to step up.
Now, here's Bol. Richards passes to Booker. Takes a 3. A three-pointer is right on target.
Every chance he gets, Booker willing to take that shot. A consistent three-point shooter.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Briefly spoke with J.J. Redick. Their plan, such as it is to make Kevin Durant uncomfortable. force him to take shots instead of giving him the ones he wants. Coach said it's obviously easier said than done, but if you let Durant get hot, forget about it. He can take over an entire game. We'll see if they can execute defensively. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and, Greg, efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again? KD is right at the top of that list.
The free throw drops for Durant.
Talk about a modicum of consistency. Kevin Durant has played at an elite level since he's been in the league, and that's a lot of years, and continuing to do just that.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock him down from the line.
Finney-Smith passes to Reeves. Here's Connect. The Lakers moving the ball around. From the wing, pocket 6, and Bull pulls it down.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
A nice shot by KD.
Durant's pull-up is quick and smooth and virtually unguardable. So agile he is for a 7-footer.
Doncic finds Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. Going inside, and he makes that one.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
Stolen by Connect, and it's the Lakers on the break. Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Bradley Beal.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Now here's Booker. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. It's rebounded by Hayes. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Doncic outside. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
Here's Reeves. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Bradley Beal picks one up.
Reeves has no fear at all going against the big guys, drawing the foul there because he's fearless.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Reeves. Clark, what is it about Austin Reeves' style of play that makes him such a good scorer?
I love the fact that he can change pace with the dribble. You know, he's not super fast, but he's not slow either. What he is shifty and smart. He's got good size, good ball skills, and he's got a nice mid-range jumper. All of that allows him to keep defenders off balance.
And with this core of the Suns, you know, Greg, you never know who is going to initiate the offense for him.
And that can cause problems at times, Kevin. Can run you into issues keeping the ball moving. Turnovers can be their Achilles heel as well.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Luka uses his body to create space and then finds the inside look.
The Suns trailing. And Booker kicks to O'Neal. Here's Beal. Phoenix, no good that time either. And Reeves has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Pass to Finney-Smith. Here's Hayes. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. And it's Phoenix's ball. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
Boy, it really showed the trust they have in one another. I love how they got after it, and you could feel that they were playing for each other.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. If you think Luka Doncic makes amazing shots in the games, you should see his trick shots. It's legendary stuff with his teammates. Luka says, I'm just making them up. I like to have fun, so sometimes I just try some new stuff. And of course, Kevin, he always feels like they're going in.
Thank you, D.A. He is a magician with the ball. A very creative mind, and it's fun to watch. Here's Doncic.
Timeout.
After the made shot from Bradley Beal. And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Alex Len's checked in for Hayes. Vanderbilt comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Reddish, he's checked in for Connect. And it's Gabe Vincent in for Doncic. And for the Suns, Plumlee comes in for Nick Richards. And Allen subbed in for Durant. On the wing, Reeves. He's covered by Beal. Yep, that one goes.
Well, there's a flow that's just nice when you watch Reeves play. Smooth on that drive right there.
And here's Booker. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game. And he can't bank that one in.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Reddish the pass to Reeves. Reddish with the screen for Reeves. Count that one. Reeves has got 8 points.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Booker outside. Pass to Beal. O'Neal outside. Off target from three-point range. Reeves against Plumlee. Reeves outside. Over Plumlee. Comes up empty from 19 feet out. Austin Reeves has been on display for Los Angeles. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll return shortly. And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Oh, man, how about the mid-range jumper from these guys? It's on tonight, a huge part of their offense so far.
They've also displayed a real unselfishness as a team, moving the basketball well, sharing the rock, and giving everybody a chance to participate in the offense.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Suns. The wing pair we'll be seeing is Beal and Allen. Royce O'Neal is out there with Plumlee, and it's Jones in at the point. Plumlee, no luck.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Vincent with it, working on Jones. Doncic with a screen on Jones. 5 to shoot. Vincent the pass to Reddish. Allen with the rebound. Suns trail by 4. Here's Beal. He had 15 points last outing. Doncic with the steal. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Pass to Len. Vanderbilt with it. Len with a screen on Allen. That one good for 2. Doncic has got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles. Greg, every year injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. The Suns making a switch here. Bulls checked in. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for Gabe Vincent.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And here's what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Lakers. On Monday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Wednesday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Denver Nuggets.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
And that one falls for Jones. And some changes here for the Lakers. Hayes comes in for Len, and it's Connect in for Reddish. And Phoenix also making a switch. Booker's checked in. And he can't hit the second. Los Angeles leading by 5. Doncic passes to Vanderbilt. It's rebounded by O'Neal. And it's Jones with the ball for Phoenix. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game marks the start of a 5-game homestand, the longest of the season. Now here's Booker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Booker taking the hit.
Skillful make inside by Booker, able to find his spot for the finish.
Doncic against Jones, and it's good, 2 points. Doncic has got 11.
Tell you what, he has been feeling it, guys, and the best game plan right now, it's elementary. Just keep feeding him. Let him eat.
And really, Clark, Luka Doncic is a one-man wrecking crew on the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he's special. His IQ, his size, the way he can make shots against tough defense. He's got the lean back. He's got the crafty moves. And I think he's a lot stronger and a little more athletic than people give him credit for being. I mean, without a doubt, he's one of the most unique and best players that we've seen in the game.
Count it. And the Lakers lead by 5.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Pass to Beal. Booker looking around. Back to Beal. Takes the 3. Vincent with the rebound. Los Angeles leading by 5. Now Doncic. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Fade away. Rebound by the Suns.
Take what's available. Use the fadeaway when the defender's there on you.
Bol, a screen on Doncic. Jones, no luck.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And it's Doncic missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Defensively, you just can't afford to give these easy looks up. Just asking to get burned if you do.
And J.J. Redick is called timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Los Angeles. Austin Reeves comes in for Luka Doncic. And the Suns also making a change. Kevin Durant's checked in for Beal. .149 left in the second quarter. Vincent the pass to Reeves. There's the pick. It's up a three. It is not good. He's made half of his 6 attempts. Left side, Jones. Bull. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Now just a 1-point Laker lead. The Lakers have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Pass to Finney-Smith. Back to Reeves. 1:06 left in the first half of basketball. Goodwin's checked in for the Lakers. And for the Suns, Nick Richards. He's checked in for Royce O'Neal. And Beal subbed in for Tyus Jones. Pass to Goodwin. There's 57 seconds left to play in the first half. Connect with it. He's looking for Hayes and finds him. 6 on the shot clock. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. From deep, Reeves. And it's Devin Booker with the rebound.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be. But so far, that's not been the case.
Pass to Beal. Over Reeves. The shot by Beal, no good. The Lakers in the lead. Driving in. Connect. No good. Phoenix has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Durant. Going up high. Kevin Durant.
Not many bigs can slow down KD once he gets around the rim.
Reeves outside. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Suns ahead, leading by a point. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Here with Coach Budenholzer. Mike, your evaluation of the first half.
Well, I think both teams' defense is pretty good. Hopefully somebody can catch a rhythm here and score some points. Hopefully we can be better there.
And that'll be key as the game goes on, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
Welcome, everybody. The story thus far being written by Devin Booker. He has been everywhere.
I really like how he's playing so far, Shaq. I mean, he's being selective in his approach. Kind of the opposite of you, big fella, at the food table.
Oh, come on, Kenny. I've seen you scarfing down those vegan snacks. What is a vegan snack anyway?
There's no such thing as scarfing down and vegan in the same sentence.
And there's always plenty available. And now, as the regular season marches on, here's how things look in the West as we near the final stretch.
Taking a look here now at Phoenix, they're not going to make the playoffs. We knew that. But they did show glimpses of what they could eventually be. Unfortunately, all of that will have to wait till next year.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Suns. They lead by 1. He's out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Austin Reeves. Then it's Connect. And it's Doncic in at the 1. That's the Laker 5.
And you can see how quick Booker is to react. No hesitation on that jump shot.
GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace.
Now here's Beal. After Luka Doncic's miss, that one goes. Count it. Beal's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, offensively, Beal is a smooth operator.
Here's Doncic. Doncic with a strong move inside.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Booker with no one around. A three-pointer off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Connect. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
That's good from Connect. So he gets them both. The Suns leading. Pass to Bull. Outside Durant. There's the screen. Launches from deep. The offensive rebound. And Los Angeles guys shooting not great. 40% for the game. Connect with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Here's Doncic. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Durant kicks to Beal. Second shot opportunity. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And one of the league's most gifted scorers, Beal relishes any chance he gets to finish while getting fouled.
The Suns have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
Find the lanes. Find the lanes. One shot.
throw good, Beal.
First and foremost, Bradley Beal is a scorer. He's always working the angles, trying to find his next opening to attack, and it rarely takes him long.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Here's a look at which players have been the most adept at finding and hitting high percentage shots since the All-Star break. And you look at Richards. So solid around the basket, currently third in the league.
His touch around the bucket has been outstanding. I mean, he has missed very few of the good looks he's gotten.
Bounce pass from Reeves. Here's Doncic. He can't get that one to fall. Good D by Booker.
That's one for their first 4 to start the second half.
To the paint, here's Bol, and the dunk by Bol.
It's really easy for Bol to throw it down. Man, I'm a little jealous, especially with these creaky knees that I've got. I don't even think I could dunk in my dreams.
Here's Connect. Jacks up a 3, and he's good on the 3-ball. Connect's got 5 now.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Luka Doncic.
Such an active shooter. Love how Booker gets defenders to try and be physical with him.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Anytime Devin Booker is sent to the line, it's a win for his offense. He's pretty much automatic, and it's been that way since he entered the league.
Vanderbilt's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Both free throws good from Booker.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Reeves with it. Now Beal defending. Doncic outside. Pass to Hayes. Just 5 on the clock. A baseline J. It's hauled in by the Suns. Booker outside. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Booker's got the lead up to 8 now for the Suns. Doncic passes to Vanderbilt. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Richards got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Let's take a look now at some numbers for Beal. He's been a factor for them over the last month. He's around 18 points per game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And always nice to have a guy like him who can really defend at a high level coming off the bench.
You know, when you can sub in a lockdown defender, that's a major plus.
And he makes the first.
I don't think you could design a better scorer than Durant. I mean, range from deep, the touch at the rim, excellent handles, 7 feet tall. He does everything you want from your first option.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Lenz checked in for Jackson Hayes. And it's Gabe Vincent in for Luka Doncic. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Regarding court layout, Clark, do you think there should be more space around the court to reduce collisions?
Yeah, part of me would say that makes a lot of sense and would be prudent. I mean, you've got to balance that with access to fans who want to be for those premium seats as close to the action as possible. but it is difficult when you see a fan collide with the players. So I think you balance it. I would like to see a little more room, give the fans the experience and access, but maybe create a little more cushion between the playing surface and those high-priced seats.
Here's a look at the stats for Devin Booker. He's been on a tear since the All-Star break, going really to another level. And he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride. Now here's Beal. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. High post, KD. O'Neal kicks to Beal. This one for 3. Here's Richards, and there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Len.
And forget about finesse. This big fella's all about the power.
And J.J. Redick is called timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Reddish, he's checked in for Connect. And for the Suns, Plumlee comes in for Nick Richards. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Booker. We've got 1:13 left in the third quarter. On the wing, Reeves. Back to Reddish. Reeves with the screen on Durant. Here's Reddish. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Now here's Beal after the miss from Cam Reddish. Great look, but off the mark.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
Yes, that goes in. Reddish has got his first points of the game.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of thing.
Here's Beal following the basket by Cam Reddish. Now here's Beal. He has 7. Plumlee with a screen on Reeves. Beal from long range. That shot misses. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Suns lead by 9. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Los Angeles. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the fourth. They're going with Booker and Allen on the wings. Bull out there with O'Neal. And it's Jones in at the point guard position. Phoenix leading by 9. Here's Booker. What balance by Booker right there.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
Now Doncic. Lets a floater go, and he lays it up and in.
I know Doncic takes pride in being able to produce for his team, and he's doing it at a high level here.
Jones looking for an opening, and here's Booker from the arc. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones. Booker's got the lead up to 12 now for the Suns. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. The 3. And Bull pulls it down. Bull's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Here's Vincent. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Rebound by the Suns. Bulls got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Booker. Vanderbilt with the rebound. Lakers trail by 12. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
From deep. Los Angeles with another miss. For Phoenix, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. A nice shot by Booker. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Lakers. They host the Spurs after this one. That'll be the second game of a 5-game homestand. A shot by Reddish, no good. Suns leading by 14. And Jones has it in the corner. Back to Allen from the arc. The Lakers with the rebound. Doncic outside. Pass to Vincent. Now Len. And here is Vanderbilt. The 3 for Doncic. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Hayes, he's checked in for Alex Len. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Vanderbilt. Connect, he's checked in for Reddish. And it's Austin Reeves in for Gabe Vincent. And for the Suns, Nick Richards. He's checked in for O'Neal. Kevin Durant comes in for Grayson Allen. And Beal subbed in for Jones. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, guys. Well, Mike Budenholzer had some advice for the team during the timeout. And he was real calm during the timeout. He was smiling when he told the team, we're up. Game plan is working. Go out there and have fun. It's always fun when you're up late. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. And here is Los Angeles now. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go.
No, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
Suns leading by 9. Pass to Booker. 1:57 left here in the 4th quarter. Shoots. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. And that's 21 points for Devin Booker. Booker against Doncic. And stolen by Booker. There's 1:34 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Bowl. Pass to Richards. 5 to shoot. Here's Booker. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. Lakers trail by 11. Here's Connect. And Connect slams it in.
I like Doncic's willingness to share the ball. He wants to see other guys involved in producing.
Here's Durant, and then Durant with the jam.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Suns.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And so checking out their record tonight, it'll mark win number 32 overall.
And on the season, this is going to be their third win in 4 games against this team.
And you could see how badly they wanted this win. For 2 very familiar opponents, a win in the season series really carries an awful lot of extra weight.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Devin Booker.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in. And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exit.
16 seconds left in the game. Beal taking his time here. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Mason, your game has expanded some. And what has that process been like?
You know, you just learn something new every game. You have to study your opponent and see what's going to be open. But some of the concepts have to be rebounding, defense, bringing energy, and that's always going to get you a little bit.
Well, you had the whole package tonight, Mason. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. And now we present the player of the game, Devin Booker.
Season winding down here, Grant. Playoff seedings of the utmost importance.
You know, BA, you especially see the bubble teams giving that extra effort now. It's all hands on deck. Very little room for error.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Toronto Raptors. Barrett is the 3, and Barnes will play the 4. Walter out there with Emmanuel Quickly, and it's Pirtle in at the 5. Now here's Barnes, 5 to shoot. The 3 is up. Avdia pulls it in. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for Portland. Pass to Klingon. Rebound by the Raptors. They defeated Utah in their last game.
And it wasn't just their starters putting in work. Their backups were real spark plugs on offense.
Yeah, I saw the box score of that game the next day, and I thought, wow, that's a huge scoring night. Pretty impressive stuff there.
Now here's Avdia. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against New York.
His passing another high point in that game. He made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
Here's Quickly. Pirtle finds Barnes. They double him with Simons. Barnes a screen. 4-3. That one's off. He's 0 for 3 now. Simons against Quickly, and it's Simons missing. The Raptors have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. Well, Anthony Simons has credited Damian Lillard for helping him with his development.
Man, B.A., can you imagine every day on the opposite end of Damian Lillard as a young player in this league? Anthony Simons willing to listen and willing to learn. And you see how far his game has come when the reins have been handed over to him.
And he can't get the first one. You know, Grant, an underrated area of improvement for Scotty Barnes has been his defense.
You're spot on, B.A. I mean, we've seen an elevated intensity from him on that end. Finding more denials, attacking the ball, really proving himself as an effective stopper.
Good on the second one. Looking at the Raptors, Brent, things have not gone too smoothly since their 2019 championship.
Well, I felt like that championship roster was built just for that year, though, B.A. There wasn't a lot of, progression that was going to come from that. They went in, they got Kawhi, they won the championship, and now it's all about rebuilding their franchise in the style that they want to do it. They have one guy that they believe in Scotty Barnes, R.J. Barrett on the trade, and slowly and surely they're going to start to put these pieces around to become a contender again.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And a fun fact here, Brent, the Trailblazers' name was actually chosen by the fans.
Oh, that's so awesome, B.A., to remind fans of how it is that Portland got its name. It was an open contest, and they had, I think, over 10,000 entries. And there were a couple other names that we should throw out there. It could have been the Pioneers or the Doug Furs. I think they chose wisely. Denny Avdia has a ton of versatility, and the coaches encourage him to explore. I mean, this guy can make an impact both on and off the ball. I know it's early, but going 0 for 4 to start a game can make a team get a little bit tight.
Pass to Klingen. Now here's Grant. Avdia left side. And here's Simons outside. Hurdle grabs a miss.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Barrett.
Get up to throw down.
And that one is hammered home.
R.J. Barrett getting up there. Dunk contest, anyone?
Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Grant outside. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. And he makes it.
I like the confidence there. Shots like this prove Avdia is a solid scorer.
Toronto has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Outside Barnes. Back to Quickly. Pass to Walter. Fires the 3. Sends it home from three-point land.
And keeping everyone involved early. Now, that typically pays dividends.
Yeah, and he's so-so from there, but when he's hitting from deep, it's a big confidence builder.
Grant, the pass to Simons. Outside for Grant. Barnes with the rebound. Toronto's gone 1 of 4 from deep. Takes a step back. Barrett with it. Now guarded by Simons. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And a homecoming of sorts for R.J. Barrett last season after being traded to his hometown Raptors.
Yeah, he's played well in Toronto. You wonder if the offseason helps him settle into where it is that he knows he's going to start this year. I really like his three-point shooting. That has been much improved in that Raptor uniform.
No good on the free throw. After years of competing for championships and winning one, Toronto is suddenly in a rebuild phase, Brent.
Yeah, they had a familiar roster for many years, and then the last couple of years a little bit underperforming, trying to find some guys to stabilize where their franchise is going. It's a bit of a reset in Toronto.
And he's good on the second. Blockbuster trades have become more the norm here in the NBA, Grant. Just ask Portland in 2023.
Yeah, the Trailblazers were at the center of some big moves, but that's just how it's done now. Entire teams can be restructured in the process of a single transaction.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
The Blazers have a lot to learn. Coach Chauncey Billups said, I owe it to these players to coach them. The only way I know to do that is with honesty. It's always coming from a good place. Once you know that, then you take it with love. I lead with love. I don't lead with fear. Brian?
That's a Hall of Fame mentality, Allie. He's been in their shoes. And the Raptors making a change here. Minute 32 left to play in the first. Here's Shed. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Now here's Henderson. Last game with 30. Count it.
An athleticism on display there by Henderson. Just an acrobatic move to finish the play.
Pass to Boucher. Here's Quickly. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Blazers trail by 5. 46 seconds left in the first. To the paint. And Williams punches it home.
Solid screen and finish. That's what Williams is out there to do.
Quickly with the ball. 20 points for him last game against the Jazz in Salt Lake City. Out left to the wing. Shed drains the triple. Shed's got 5 now.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Outside Sharp. 16 seconds left in the first. And he gets that one.
Yeah, not afraid to finish at the rim. Sharp, just relentless.
And here's Quickly. Launches it. That shot off the mark. And that does it for the first quarter. Raptors out in front, leading by 4. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2 when we return. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen from the Raptors, what's your take so far?
Oh, what a first quarter. You love their willingness to make the extra pass.
Now, so much unselfish play out there. The coaching staff has to be thrilled with that.
Well, Grant, you were an excellent defender in your day. So who was the toughest player you had to guard?
Well, there's so many great players. Michael, LeBron. But let's talk about the late, great Kobe Bryant. I mean, he really had no weaknesses. And even if you defended him perfectly, there's a good chance he can still make the shot.
Scoot and Sharp are the backcourt set. Then it's Matisse Thybulle, then it's Williams, and it's Kamari in at the 4 spot. That's the group for Portland starting the second. Here's Shed. 11 points for him last game against the Jazz in Salt Lake City.
His passing, another high point in that game. He made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
Now here's Henderson. Pass to Williams. Outside Thybulle. From downtown. Rebound Toronto. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Portland this season.
The last season, they swept this team, though both were struggling throughout the year.
Here's Barnes. Hovering around 19.5 points a game. His scoring has been huge for them. Outside Sharp. Outside Thybulle. Outside Sharp. Three-pointer. Nails it from beyond the arc. Sharp's got his second basket of the night.
And everybody wants to see what kind of range Sharp has. Looks like the NBA three-point line won't be a problem for him.
Here's Battle. Still no points. Boucher a screen on Thybulle. Inside. And stolen by Williams. And here's the fast break. Thybulle, that's good.
Yeah, you see the vision from Henderson. Just a terrific facilitator.
And so it's Barnes with it. He brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. In the second quarter, held scoreless. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Well, hey, guys, I mean, can we talk about how unselfish they've been? Just racking up the assist numbers, moving it around with great precision.
Well, I want to add also the damage that has been done on the inside. It's a lot of rubble in there, but they're continuing to go right at the defense.
That free throw good from Barnes.
Now, something I think everyone notices about Scotty Barnes is that infectious enthusiasm. The guy celebrates every big play for him or his teammates.
Now here's Henderson, giving him some nice offensive production with 13 points a game. Knocks down the triple.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Thibault against Barnes. Here's Abaji, providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game. No good on the triple. Portland has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the second. And you know, Brent, Scotty Barnes does so much for this team. That includes creating for others.
Yeah, I think that's probably the #1 attribute. He's got the length and size to be a defender that can guard 2 through 4, BA, but Scotty's a problem because he can create opportunities and advantage on the offensive end.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And Brent Scoot Henderson spending 2 years with G League Ignite, the second overall pick in 2023.
Yeah, and Scoot not the first Ignite player to go very high up in the NBA draft. You think about Jalen Green with the Rockets, but an extra year in the G League, committed to staying there and developing his game. I think that helped him in terms of his maturity, and still the sky is the limit for this kid.
That one misses. Grant, there have been so many great players that have gone through Portland over the years.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's almost 50 years since their last title. It's a great city with a great fan base. And for their sake, I hope their second title comes soon.
Now here's Barrett. 17 points for him last game against Utah.
And Barrett's a creative player, a guard who can thrive in pick-and-roll sets.
Simons outside. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. Ooh, nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Well, it's certainly been a roller coaster ride.
You do me one, I'll do you one better. It feels like we have a lead change every few possessions.
Here's Shed. He's got 5. Kicks it out to Barrett. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Abaji. Here's Momo. The 3 ball. Barrett passes to Pirtle. Outside Barrett. Takes a 3. Offensive board. And the dunk by Pirtle.
And that's what they pay Pirtle to do. Get extra possessions and capitalize if you can go back up.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Knicks.
It's a fine line between playing with urgency and being out of control. And they crossed that line.
Well, you can do a couple things with turnovers. They committed too many, and then they didn't force enough. So a tough go in that category.
And some changes here for Portland. Kamara, he's checked in for Williams. Jeremy Grant comes in for Sharp. And Denny Avdia subbed in for Henderson. Avdia outside. The floater. And there's Simons. That one's good. On the assist by Avdia. Simons gotten his second bucket of the game. Quickly deciding where to go with it. And the layup falls. Quickly's got his second bucket on the night.
Quickly didn't hold back there, taking some contact inside if he has to.
Avdia outside. 1:03 left in the first half. No good with a layup.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Picked by Pirtle. Here's Barnes. Pass to Walter. Takes the three, bearing his second of 3 attempts.
There's another thing that Jakob Poeltl can do for you, provide some solid ball movement.
Blazers trail by 4. And here's Grant. Back to Simons. Beyond the arc. Barnes with the rebound.
You could see he wanted to get him back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the arc.
Lets it go from 11. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. Barnes has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Got to have touch from there. Clearly, Scotty's got it.
To halt the run. And it's Simons missing. Now here's Quickly. Guarded closely. Here's Pirtle. Off with the layup. And the first half now in the books. Toronto out in front, up by 6. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Welcome to halftime, everybody. It's been a bit of a challenge so far for the Portland Trail Blazers. Before we get into that, I want to know, back when you guys played, what was your favorite city to play in?
Well, Shaq played for every team in the league, so I'd like to ask him first, Ernest.
Well, everybody wanted me, Kenny. Don't be jealous. I say L.A. is way up there. You know, because you're always home. Especially during the 3P days. It was very, very hot there.
Yeah, you kind of set yourself up for that one, Jeff.
I know.
Turning back now to that game we've been watching. A positive first half for the Raptors.
Their effort on the offensive glass has set a strong message. They're not going to be pushed around, and they're going to battle and outwork you.
Like I outwork you every day, Kenny? I'm just saying.
I outwork both of you, and it ain't even close. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Shaedon Sharpe really making a difference here.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Blazers trail by 6. So for Toronto right now, Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Emmanuel Quickly is out there with Walter, and it's Barrett in at the 3, the small forward. And Grant gets it to go.
Well, nice smooth release from Grant that time. Can't let him get that kind of rhythm.
And Brent, what you like about Tamani Kamara, he'll get in there and do the dirty work for you.
Well, what a ride for him to get the recognition to become an NBA draft pick. He did all the little things to put himself in a position to succeed, and then all of a sudden can get on the floor and contribute in so many ways. Versatile defender, knocks down some mid-range shots. These are the kind of guys who you love to see build out a career.
Now here's Simons, hovering around 19.5 points a game. His scoring has been huge for them.
Well, Grant is a confident scorer, especially from the interior.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Guys, Scotty Barnes said, my game starts on the defensive end, guarding anybody and taking pride in it. That leads to great offense in transition and just leads me to stay on lockdown throughout the game, right?
And Allie, for all his offensive gifts, that focus on defense is what makes him special. To the inside, it's stolen by Barnes. Quickly, right side. Pass to Pirtle. Here's Barrett. The shot that time not on target.
Not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
Up top, Avdia. He's been contributing over 15 a game.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
Outside Barnes. Back to Quickly. And he drops it in from the low post. Quickly's got 6.
Well, there it is. 0 of 3 to start the half, and finally something finds its way through the net.
Pass to Kamari. Now here's Grant for 3. Drills it from deep. Grant's got 8 here in this quarter.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Quickly outside. Here's Walter. Outside Barnes. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Yeah, starting the half here 1 for 5, and the offense might need an ironing out.
On the wing, Grant, guarded by Barrett. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to go on R.J. Barrett. All right, Brent, we hear the phrase 3 and D. Jeremy Grant is a perfect example of that, though.
Well, Grant's done a good job of trying to find some more confidence in shooting from the arc. He shot over 40% from 3 in one season. Defensively, he's versatile, he's long. I like him to play a little bit more physical, but if that comes along, he's the kind of guy you want to suit up with.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, depending on where Jeremy Grant's been, he's filled a lot of different roles. He's been asked to be the alpha or the second option or even a role player. But whatever it is, he's always willing to do whatever it takes to help the team.
And the Blazers making a change here. Henderson's checked in. And so Grant nails them both.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Pirtle with a screen on Grant. Back to Quickly. Clock at 6. Pass to Shed from the arc. And it's Portland with a rebound. On offense, here are the Trailblazers. They've got a 12-2 run in progress.
Oh, man.
Oh!
Yeah, he's just explosive. I mean, Scoot gets off the ground in a hurry and puts some emphasis on it, too.
Ooh, a great look there. Brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Here's Paddle. Now Quickly lays it up and banks it in. Quickly's got 8 points.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Henderson, the pass to Avdia. Here's Kamare. He's guarded by Barnes. And here's Grant from the arc. Barnes with the rebound. Barnes has got 4 rebounds in the game. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. All right, let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams are getting it done in their transition offense. In third, the Raptors.
This team has been playing at a fast pace offensively, and it's worked out for them during this last month.
That free throw good from Barnes. Boucher's checked in for Toronto. Both free throws good from Barnes. And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Toronto making a switch here. So it's Portland now. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Wizards. Outside Sharp. Williams with the screen. And that one's good. Sharp. Sharp's got 10.
And they're shooting with much more confidence here in the second half. The field goal percentage is now over 50%.
Quickly against Henderson. And quickly gets the 3.
Now he's put on a shooting display here in the second half. He really seems to be in a great groove right now.
Sharp passes to Williams. Quickly against Henderson. Back to Williams. Over Boucher. Williams misses.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
It's Avdia on the wing. He has 6. Pass to Murray. Outside Sharp. Williams with it. Guarded by Quickly. From 7 feet. Williams misses. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Quickly outside. Here's Mobo. The Raptors need to get off a shot. The 3 from Quickly. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Fires away from way outside. He can't get that one to fall. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. It's the Trailblazers leading by 1. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Scoot and Sharp are the backcourt set. Williams is out there with Jabari Walker. And it's Thibault in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. This is the very definition of a back-and-forth contest.
Yes, neither side taking its foot off the gas. I'm expecting a spectacular finish.
Here's Walker. Toronto making their last shot. 3-pointer Sharp. Pure from 3-point range. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
and so difficult to defend. Sharp has 3-level scoring ability, and he is prolific.
Here's Shed. Pass to Abaji. Fires for 3. That shot, no good.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Outside for Henderson. Good, and it's Walker who picks up the assist. And now it's a 5-point Trailblazer lead.
And when it comes to the 3, they've been really dialed in here in the second half.
Boucher, left side. No good. Some solid defense from Williams. Henderson outside. Walker finds Sharp. Charity stripe shot. Rebound Toronto. Boucher's got 4 rebounds now. Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Pass to Shed. Here's Abaji, covered by Thibault. Boucher outside. Let's go with a 3. It's hauled in by Henderson. Portland leading by 5. Outside Walker. Now here's Sharp. Back to Walker. Henderson outside. From downtown, another 3 for Portland.
And just slippery with the ball in his hands. Henderson will dissect you off the dribble.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. So Portland ends up going with a new group. Some changes for Toronto. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, guys, I got a chance to hear what Darko Rajakovic said to the team. He seems pretty disappointed with the 3-point shooting, telling his crew we have to start making more outside shots. I want to see more 3s out there. Let's get aggressive. Coach is hoping some big production can make a splash for them.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Here's Walter, defended by Avdia. Walter can't get it to go.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
Here's Kamari. Here's Klingon. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Avdia. The 3-ball. And it's Toronto with a rebound. Pirtle's got 8 rebounds in the game. Simons against Quickly. And here is Barrett. Shoots over Grant. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Cutting into this lead. They're well within striking distance.
They're just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
Here's Klingon. Pass to Graham. Pulls up on the wing. Yep, that one's good. Grant's got 12 points in just the second half.
Nice control by Grant through the tough mid-range jumper. That's a shot of confidence.
Here's Barrett. And a nice finish on the layup.
It's very difficult to slow him down defensively, especially when you have communication problems.
quickly against Simons. Takes a three. Barnes with the rebound. Barnes has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Barrett against Grant. Barrett can't hit. Trailblazers lead by 6. On the wing, Simons. Over quickly. And there's Simons. That one's good. On the assist from Grant.
This is how confident Simons is playing right now. He knows how lethal he is off the catch.
Grant against Barrett. No luck on that one. Portland has gone 3 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the third quarter. Simons outside. Here's the floater. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to go on Emmanuel quickly.
Simons is not going to back down offensively. He just plays with aggressiveness. He's a guy you have a hard time not fouling.
And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. And he's able to hit the second one, and that'll put him up by 9. Toronto has gone 0 for 3 here in the fourth. And it's blocked right out of the air and controls it. Off the outside. Pass to Klingon. Simons with it. It's Avdia on the wing. Clock at 6. 19-footer. Again, the miss by Portland. And so it's Barnes with it. He brings it up for Toronto. Shot from 12. The shot won't fall. On offense, here are the Trailblazers. They're on a 14-4 run. Barrett against Simons. And so Portland takes the win. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed better energy.
Yes, so true. They put on a show here at home, and I really think they had that extra swagger and confidence, too.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Behring, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. And time now to introduce our player of the game, Jeremy Grant.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. And tonight, we've got the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Milwaukee Bucks here at their new home, Fiserv Forum. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analysts Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Gary Trent.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3. If you mention the best players in the NBA, Doris, you have to mention Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. How's he made the leap so fast?
Yeah, Kevin, this is an interesting growth and development story because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has shocked everybody. He can get to any spot on the floor. He's one of the most relentless drivers in the game. You have to respect his three-point threat, which balances out that dribble drive game, and he's willing to compete defensively. Sky is the limit for this young man.
There's Giannis after the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Antetokounmpo, no good. Williams against Lillard. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Damian Lillard. And teams getting geared up great for the stretch run. Does that give you extra motivation as a player?
Oh, yes. Seeing that finish line can really help you out down the stretch. As a player, ending the year strong is key, whether you're in the playoff race or in the lottery.
First free throw is good.
What I love about Jalen Williams, he makes his presence felt on the game. Athleticism, tireless work ethic, and offensive skills that are just blossoming with each repetition.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. We've played just over a minute here in the first. It's Prince on the wing. And Lillard kicks to Kuzma. Gilgeous-Alexander against Lillard. Here's Giannis. Another shot. He takes it up and lays it in.
And you love watching Giannis operate inside. So assertive and forceful.
Pass to Holmgren. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. From outside, off the mark.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Kuzma passes to Lopez. To the inside. Kicks it out to Lillard. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
A downright lethal three-point threat. Lillard is someone defenders must stay attached to if they want to have any impact.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. You saw him go on a scoring rampage last game.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Kuzma against Williams. Kuzma passes to Antetokounmpo. Lopez a screen. Nobody near Lillard. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers for a minute, and he knows his team has its hands full going up against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Coach said Shai is one of the best in the league when it comes to scoring off the bounce. And when he's not scoring, he's kicking it out to an open teammate. So we have to make sure our rotations are quick. We'll see how the defense responds, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. Look at Milwaukee. They've had a great season and will look to extend that into the playoffs.
And I think for Milwaukee, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
Lopez, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Lillard with it, coming off a solid outing against Indiana. Shot clock at 6. Kuzma can't get it to go. The Thunder leading by 3. Outside, Dort. Nobody near Williams. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Williams has got 5.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Lillard scanning the floor. Releases. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, they knew exactly how to approach that defense. They shot a fantastic percentage because they got quality looks.
Now, here's Holmgren. After the miss from Damian Lillard.
Well, this is what you call your big man playing big. Terrific work on the glass.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down.
Giannis will take on any defender. Nice finish that time.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Pass to Hartenstein. Holmgren sets the screen for Williams. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. 4-point game. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. Two teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
And the fact that they split their 2 meetings last season. Does one try to get a leg up?
And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
Oh, Kyle Kuzma off his feet in a hurry. Nice finish.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the first. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Bucks trail by 4. Inside, here's Lillard, and the layup's good off the glass. Lillard's got 5 now.
Aggressive move by Lillard, attacking the heart of that defense.
Pass to Hartenstein. Williams against Kuzma. Williams gets the bucket. He has 7.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Here's Lillard. He's got 5. Lets it go from 14. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for Oklahoma City. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we'll be back with you shortly. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
And, guys, I love the movement, doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. They've got Gary Trent. Antetokounmpo is out there with Green. Then it's Porter. And it's Sims in at the 5.
And on the drive, Giannis, he can be so disruptive, just muscling his way through the defense.
Porter against Gilgeous-Alexander. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Six to shoot. From deep three-point land. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They host the 76ers after this game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. And there's the call on Kevin Porter. That's his first foul. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Back to Wiggins. Left side, Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pulls up. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot. Can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Following the miss by Gary Trent Jr.
This guy is so elusive with the ball in his hands. SGA just understands how to get off the dribble drive.
Antetokounmpo passes to Sims. The putback. Rebound by Williams. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Caruso kicks to Wallace. To the paint. Deflects the pass. Porter with the steal. Williams with the block. And now in transition is Wallace. Here we go. Got a hand on it. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Caruso, a screen on Giannis. Latre. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Well, you see SGA and the strides he's making as a playmaker. This guy is so good, on point with his reads.
Bucks trail by 5. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
From deep, Trent. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Giannis has got his 3rd assist on the night.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Now, here's Caruso. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Bucks are still trying to perfect their chemistry. Bobby Portis says things take time. You've got to keep continuing to build it. There's another level Dame and Giannis can get to, just making it clockwork. Them continuing to get better at it opens the floor for everyone else on the court. Kevin?
Well, David, with those two guys, Dame and Giannis, it opens the floor up a lot. Hey, thanks for the report. The Thunder with the lead. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Holmgren. That 3 off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
3-pointer, Lillard. Rebound by Williams. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Dort misses. And so Green will bring it up for the Bucks. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good in that one.
Well, give them some credit for taking advantage of a weak defense and capitalizing on every mistake.
Well, DB, it didn't take long, did it, for Holmgren to live up to his draft status?
Holmgren, Kevin, was an immediate impact player on both ends of the floor. at his size to be able to shoot with range. And the rim protection he provides, it was absolutely worth the wait for his team. This young man has got a toughness that has shocked even me.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Prince is checked in for Milwaukee. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Wallace is checked in. Now here's Prince. 14 points from him the last game against Indiana.
And it was a big game for him at the defensive end as well. He never stopped pressuring the basketball, coming up with one steal after another.
Now Wallace. Following the miss by Kyle Kuzma from deep. Nice shot by Wallace. Wallace has got the lead up to 6 now for the Thunder.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Oh, nice read from Kuzma. Really good at finding the open teammate.
Wallace, the pass to Holmgren. Wallace looking for an opening. Holmgren with a screen on Green. Williams can't get it to go. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Here's Lillard. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Wallace against Green. Wallace misses.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Lopez outside. It's good from long range. Lopez has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have bigs who can stretch the floor. An example there.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Oklahoma City out in front, leading by just 1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Brooke. Where is this team right now?
Oh, it's so exciting. You know, it's really thrilling to come out with such a great group of guys every night, you know, and play basketball. You know, it's a lot of fun.
Smiles on your face, Brooke. Thanks for the time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
Welcome, everybody, and a good half underway in this one. The Thunder battling it out tonight.
Total team effort. Instead of 5 starters, it's like they've got 7 or 8 guys getting it done. That's how good the reserves have been tonight, guys.
Lots of interchangeable parts. They can throw different lineups at you. Keeps you guessing. And now here's a glance at some of the other action going on right now. And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
We've got second-half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
The Bucks trail. Here's who Mark Daigneault is going to put out there to start the second half. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. Now here's Kuzma. Pass to Giannis for the lead. Dort grabs the miss.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Williams kicks to Dort. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. He's looking for Hartenstein and finds him.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Giannis outside. Puts it up from 12. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
One guy who now seems to be a perennial MVP candidate, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Doris. He is rocketing up the charts.
He is, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. He can consistently put 30 on you like it's absolutely nothing. He gives you everything else as well, including incredible leadership and great teammate skills.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander following the basket by Giannis. He gets it in there.
Yeah, teams will try to get physical with SGA, but make sure you understand that wiry frame is big-time strong.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And a chance here to check out some stats for Brook Lopez.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Giannis passes to Lillard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Hey, Lillard has all the talent in the world, but man, this guy is a great leader, lots of charisma, and he holds his teammates accountable.
Take a break. 2 shots.
He throw good, Damian Lillard.
And I like the work Lillard's put into his defense the past few seasons. He may not be a stopper, but he's improved immensely at that end of the floor.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
Hartenstein with the screen for Williams. Drills the three-pointer. Williams has got 10 points in the game.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
Kuzma outside. Here's Lillard. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
It's Dort on the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Williams. And a miss there on the triple.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Wow, Giannis with a strong finish inside.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Pass to Holmgren. Fires the three. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Bucks have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Kuzma finds Giannis. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Lopez passes to Prince. Shot clock at 5. Antetokounmpo. That's a 2-pointer. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Thunder have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has now emerged into a superstar, and on nights like this, guys, he's unstoppable.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. It's important to remember Damian Lillard was a 2-star prospect coming out of high school in Oakland. He says that the doubt I faced, what I found is I have true belief in myself. I poured a lot in and just continued to work. That's why when I struggle, I never waver because I know that I'm true to it. Eventually, I'm going to have my time. Kevin?
I think they call that Dame time. Hey, David, thank you.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Pass to Holmgren. To the inside. Hartenstein. Bank shot. No good. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. Now Kuzma. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Long 7'1" with that 7'6" wingspan. Holmgren can alter a block just about every shot in his vicinity.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 16. Drops in the tray. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
Great job by this team closing out, blocking a bunch of shots, and just a tremendous effort defensively.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Chet Holmgren. Cason Wallace, he's checked in for Dort. And it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander. .106 left to play in the third. Livingston finds Lillard. Shoots over Caruso. That one doesn't drop.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Pass to Williams. Over Livingston. The shot by Williams, no good.
This shot's it's not there right now with this team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Here's Trent. And again, the Bucks miss. The Thunder leading by 3. Caruso looking for an opening. Wiggins sets a screen for Caruso. And it's off from three-point range. Trent outside over Williams. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Thunder lead by 3. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. The Thunder shooting at a decent 44% clip here. So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. They've got Kevin Porter. Green is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Gary Trent. And it's Sims in at the center filling out the middle.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing, covered by Wiggins. Antetokounmpo inside. He's against Wiggins. Shot clock at 3. There's Giannis with the slam.
Every aspect of Giannis's game showing tonight. Just unreal.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander with some arc. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And that one misses.
Boy, the more you watch Shai Gilgeous-Alexander play, the more he shows you the aspects of his game just getting better and better and better.
Jang, he's checked in for the Thunder. He hits the second from the line.
You know, he didn't get them all, but they'll be able to breathe just a bit easier with the 2-possession lead.
There's a screen. Here's Giannis. The 10-footer finds the target. Antetokounmpo's got 4 this quarter.
And they really all have confidence in Antetokounmpo to run that set. They're willing to put every aspect of their offense in his hands.
And it's Wiggins with the jam.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Bucks trail by 4. Trent outside. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Pass to Sims. 5 on the clock. Trent against Wallace. Trent gets the bucket.
Well, Trent Jr. has a reputation of being a shooter, but don't sleep on his athletic ability and skill. Nice finish inside.
And here is Wallace. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. Back to Jang. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Jang's got his first points of the night. And it's Porter with the ball for Milwaukee. Trailing by 4. Pass to Sims. Now, Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Jang. Holmgren comes in for Aaron Wiggins. Jalen Williams is checked in for Alex Caruso. And it's Dort in for Wallace. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
During that last break, Coach Mark Daigneault talked to his team. He asked his team to dig deep. He said, I know you're tired, but they're tired too. It's about who can give more than the other guy at this point. Show me what you can give. Back to you.
Thanks, David. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And really, after trailing the entire game, they've got to be feeling good about evening things up.
Oh, it got ugly there for a stretch. Nothing was working, but they've come back and have a chance to seal the deal.
Here's Williams after the basket by Milwaukee. And the layup falls. And that's 12 points here for Jalen Williams.
Jalen Williams relishes the opportunity to deliver in the clutch, and boy, does he answer.
Lopez kicks to Lillard. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. To the middle. Dort passes to Hartenstein. He gets that one. Now it's a 4-point Thunder lead.
Boy, that is a heads-up play right there by Lou Dort. He sees an opening and gets the ball exactly where it needs to go.
Here's Lillard. And it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Williams. Fires the three. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And it's Lillard again missing. The Thunder leading by 7. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Two points. That one goes. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 12 points in just the second half.
Really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
You know, a few more possessions like that one, and they can put the finishing touches on this game. They just have to have effective trips like that one.
Now, here's Dort. After the miss from Damian Lillard. Hartenstein finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Lillard, and the shot falls short this time. The Bucks have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Hits the three-point bomb.
His team is in a tight spot, but Lillard keeps his cool, totally focused on getting them what they need.
You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Lillard against Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
Yeah, pure desperation right now. Do you think there's enough time?
So it's the Bucks now. 8-point game. And it's Lillard missing. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
And Prince has got the ball here for the Bucks. There's Lopez with the three. No good that time. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
A look from earlier as the Nets head to the locker room. They're in no mood to let this game get away from them on their home turf. Welcome, sports fans. Well, Grant, we're deep into the season now. For teams who will miss the playoffs, where are their heads at, you think?
Well, B.A., first of all, it's a chance for some of the others to show out. Their focus should be on finishing strong, and realistically, you start planning for the offseason. But there are still games left to play.
Let's take a look at our starters for Atlanta. Dyson Daniels out there with Trae Young. Then it's Rizache. Then there's Onyeka Okongwu. And it's Gay in at the four-man position.
Well, that's a very early foul for him. Needs to be more careful and not pick up a second one this quarter.
Brooklyn on D. Pass to Daniels.
Hey, yo, right here.
Here's Gay. Jacks up a three. Oh, can't get it. Misses his first attempt. Thomas with the ball. Thomas, a screen on Young. The three from Russell. Fires in the triple.
A volume three-point shooter. The coaching staff encourages Russell to fire away.
Pass to Gay. About a minute into this first quarter. Young against Russell. Young with the bucket.
Yeah, he is so good with that floater. Trae Young showing off the touch right there.
And so it's Russell who brings up the ball for Brooklyn. It's a three-point game. Claxton a screen on Young. The three from Russell. Gay with a rebound. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Jordi Fernandez. I asked him about how difficult it is to game plan for someone like Trae Young, and coach said to me, I told our players to play up on him. The more he moves and runs around, the more likely he is to get into a rhythm, so we need to stay aggressive against him. Sounds like this might be a very physical game, guys.
Allie, thank you. Williams misses. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Russell against Young. Pass to Okongwu. 6 on the shot clock. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Claxton. Russell against Young. The kick out to Williams. And here's Thomas from the arc. The rebound by Atlanta. Last time they met in Atlanta.
The last game between these teams was so close, but ultimately their bench put them over the top.
Yeah, depth plays a huge factor in this league. You can't win just with 5 guys.
Here's Daniels, a reliable offensive contributor, putting up almost 14 a game. That one goes. Count it.
Yeah, slick play call by Daniels. Pick and rolls give him room to operate, and he does not waste it at all.
And you watch Dyson Daniels on the floor, Coach. He's everywhere on defense.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the best guys disrupting offenses and getting deflections. He gets his hands in passing lanes. Effort like that will always find minutes.
Brooklyn making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Krejci's checked in. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Russell. Up and in on the layup. Russell's got 5 now.
Oh, defenses try to get physical with Russell, but he has great body control and composure. Tough to throw him off his game.
Here's Daniels. Back to Young. To the paint. Here's Okongwu. Claxton with a rebound.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
Johnson for 3. It's not going to go for him. The Hawks have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Pass to Krejci. And here's Young. And the 3 off target. Now here's Johnson. Not a lot of room. Up top, Johnson. Now here's Thomas. And the layup is good off the glass.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Pass to Krejci. Here's Gay. No points so far. This one for 3. Sinks the tray.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the 3.
Johnson passes to Russell. Back to Johnson. Outside Russell. Thomas outside. 6 to shoot. Lets the 3 fly. Drops in the 3. He's got 5.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now here's Young. 17 points for him last game against the Clippers.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
Here's Johnson. Claxton passes to Johnson. Fires from deep. The shot by Johnson, no good. 2-for-1 opportunity here.
Hey, if I'm in their shoes, I go for it.
Okongwu, no good. Brooklyn leading by 3. Russell with the ball. Now Okongwu defending. Good. Russell's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Scoring well this quarter, picking up steam as he goes.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. There's Young with the 3. Rebound Brooklyn. A tough loss coming against Boston in their last game.
And that was a tough loss. 1 or 2 breaks go their way, and it's a totally different outcome.
Yeah, it's often a game of very slim margins, and those close losses somehow sting even more.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Nets out in front. They're up by 5. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Brooklyn.
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
Here's LeVert. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Clippers. Coach, when you talk about the Atlanta Hawks, you got to start with Trae Young.
One of the most exciting players to watch in the NBA, Brian. He can shoot the ball from anywhere on the floor. He's a great ball handler and one of the most creative passers in the game.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second. They've got Karis LeVert, Clint Capella out there with George Niang. Then it's Reza Shea, and it's Krejci in at the point. He makes a first. Coach, when you look at the best defensive teams, what's the balance between IQ, the smarts for the game, versus effort?
Well, Brian, it's both. You know, I mean, the effort is a given. You're not going to get anything done in the game without effort. But to be a good defensive team, you have to be smart. You have to understand your opponents, their tendencies, both as a team and as individuals. And if you do that, you can cover up for a lot in terms of just raw athleticism.
Now here's Williams. Coming in off a 14-point game last time out. He drops it from range.
Well, maybe not the shot they were looking for there, but the defense gave it to him, and he knocked it down.
The three from Rizachet. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Sharp, a screen on Levert. Here's Williams. Capella with a rebound. Hawks trail by 3. Here's Levert, and he dunks it down.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
An opportunity now to retake the lead.
Showing off their intensity these last few minutes.
To the left side wing. Here's Rizachet. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Clippers.
And he didn't just put up big points. He beat everyone to the boards.
And out on the wing, Zach Rizachet has so many things scouts are looking for these days.
Yeah, B.A., this guy has tremendous potential as a two-way threat. Great length, good athleticism, and his jump shot could be elite.
And a look now at Atlanta's upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they're off to Charlotte to face off with the Hornets. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up with Jimmy Butler and the Golden State Warriors.
And that game against the Rockets, no question they'll be amped for that one. Eager to prove themselves against a tough opponent.
First one falls for him. Watford's checked in for Williams. Man, he's checked in for the Hawks. Wallace comes in for Krejci. And Johnson drops them both. Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. Now Wallace. Pass to Capella. Back to Wallace. 5 on the clock. Capella inside. Guarded by Sharp. Capella can't get it to go. Here's Wilson. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Nets?
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
You have to like the fact that they're not settling at all. I mean, they've really made a point to get the ball down inside and challenge that interior defense.
And the first one at the line is good. Claxton, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Thomas comes in for Johnson. Gay's checked in for the Hawks. Young comes in for Wallace. Both shots good from the stripe.
Yeah, they're really cashing in more at the line here in the second quarter.
And Young has got the ball here for the Hawks. They trail by 3. When this one's over, they'll be off to Charlotte as they take on the Hornets. That'll wrap up this short 2-game road trip. Levert outside. Lets it go from deep. And Watford pulls it down. Brooklyn leading by 3. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
With the game on the line, Ice Stray is dangerous man. Young said, I've been owning the moment my whole life. That's what I do. I've worked too hard to be afraid of the moment. Brian?
Well, Allie, it definitely shows in his play. It's great stuff there. Thank you. Some changes for Brooklyn. Johnson comes in for Clowney, and D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Watford. Okongwu's checked in for Atlanta. Daniels comes in for Man. Hawks trail by 3. Levert outside. Pass to Gay. Here's Levert. The kick out to Young. Takes the three. Oh, the lethal three ball of Young.
Well, you need to run Trey off of his shot. If Young gets into his jumper, it's normally going in.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And Coach, with Okongwu adding a 3 to his game, it's hard to keep him off the floor now.
It is, Brian, and he can do a lot for a team when he plays. He can now spread out the floor. He can guard multiple positions. But the main thing Okongwu does is he is all over the glass.
Williams has checked in for Brooklyn. And a change for the Hawks. Risache, he's checked in for Levert. And here's Johnson. 23 points for him last game against Boston.
He didn't make it all about himself. His passing was sharp, and he kept everyone involved.
You can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
Pass to Young. Puts up a three. And it's Thomas with the rebound. Brooklyn has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Johnson passes to Williams. Down low. Here's Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Showing great vision and delivering the pass out in front.
Pass to Okongwu. Here's Daniels. Young from long range. Brooklyn pulls it in. Claxton's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today. Inside. Here's Risache. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. Risache's got 9.